Tonight at 6, a weather watch alert. More snow and slush headed our way.
And we're on the weather watch for heavy snow transitioning over to a period of heavy rain and gusty winds. Lots to get to tonight on the Fox 61 News at 10 and 11.
Plus, the backbone and building blocks leaving Connecticut. Legos now bound for Boston.
And an apology over animal cruelty after badly beating his dog.
I had a lot of things going on. I just made a big mistake.
Tonight, Fox 61 exclusively in the courtroom where the suspect learned his fate.
And weed woes, the safety measures lawmakers want to put in place now that legal sales are underway.
On the Quinnipiac Quad, some of the students have their sights set on the Super Bowl. I'm Jim Altman, more ahead from Hamden on the Fox 61 News.
Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
And we start things off tonight in a weather watch alert. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the news at 6. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. The snow and the rain from yesterday has moved out of the state. This was the scene in Winstead caught by Sky 61 this morning. Gorgeous. A beautiful winter scene out there.
But we aren't out of the woods just yet exactly. Another messy mix of rain and snow expected to arrive tomorrow. As we take a look at the live radar conditions right now, you see that system moving north and east.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now with a look at the timing and how that storm system is going to impact us here in Connecticut. Rachel.
Yeah, the last storm we started off as rain, then changed over to snow. This one will be the reverse. We'll see snow developing as we head through the midday tomorrow, changing or transitioning over to some heavy rain as we head into tomorrow night. And that transition will happen from 5 to 8 p.m. from the Connecticut shoreline all the way north towards the Massachusetts border. We are expecting some accumulation across the state, anywhere between a coating up to 4 inches. The lowest amounts at the shoreline, where very little or any will accumulate, up to 4 inches in northwestern Connecticut. 1 to 2 inches of rain and gusts that could get up to 40 plus miles per hour for southeastern Connecticut. The biggest impact will likely be on the evening commute tomorrow. So the morning commute is dry tomorrow. We'll have to watch. We may get some early dismissals in, so parents start thinking about that just in case that happens. And poor drainage flooding. So we go from thinking about wintry things like slippery roads from snow over to thinking about more spring things like heavy rain causing poor drainage issues. Temperatures right now are in the 30s to right around 40 degrees. No problems heading through the evening tonight, but then we'll watch this storm move in through the day tomorrow. We'll take you through the future radar so you can plan the day tomorrow. Coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, the sunshine before the storm today. After a wet Monday, crews are gearing up for a day-long weather event that's happening tomorrow, as Rachel said. It could leave behind several inches of snow depending on where you are. And even though the quantity of snow isn't necessarily an issue tomorrow, it's still all hands on deck to keep roads clear. Fox 61's Samaya Hernandez joins us live from Meriden to explain how crews are preparing. Samaya.
Jen, we might be in the third smallest state, but the weather is all over the map depending on elevation, and that's why transportation officials will have their eye on highways like 91 here behind me, and they'll be sending out crews accordingly. There's a science to keeping state roads clear.
We don't want to have people out there too early, so it's really a science and that sort of delicate balance of when we send crews out.
And there's a science to forecasting, with elevation playing a key role in this week's wintry weather.
It's the best winter that we've had in a long time.
Wednesday, timing, not quantity, could be at play, causing visibility issues and slushy driving during the evening commute. Salt and plow drivers spent Tuesday gearing up here at the Transportation Department's Weathersfield facility.
So there could be some impacts on the evening commute, so we just want to make sure that people who are out on the road tomorrow, they just give themselves some extra time and take it slow out there.
The State Department of Transportation employs more than 900 drivers who operate more than 600 plow trucks. Its storm center will be busy Wednesday, keeping a watch of highway cameras and sending crews out accordingly.
The roads stay pretty clear. They keep the roads really well.
Whenever winter rears its head, people realize they're unprepared and flock to stores for salt and shovels.
This year, I vamped up and got ready for this year, doubled down, and basically nothing. So, these little events are helpful. We keep a lot of people safe. We sell a lot of ice melt, we sell a lot of shovels.
But this isn't True Value's first rodeo, and they're betting on an even busier February.
I have a feeling we're going to get something, quite a bit of something in February. So be prepared, and this is kind of just getting us ready.
And you'll recall that last season did wrap up very snowy. Now, as far as what we're going to get, I'll defer to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for that. We're live in Meriden. Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61 News.
All right, Samaya, thank you. Well, LEGO announced today that they are relocating its headquarters out of Enfield and into Boston by the end of the year 2026. Keep in mind, this is not the first corporate office to move out of the state of Connecticut. So what will this ultimately mean for the hundreds of workers there and for our state? That's now the question. Fox 61's Carmen Chow joining us in Enfield to break it down.
Town officials are calling today a sad day. Now, if you remember, LEGO first moved here to Enfield in 1975, and the mayor says back then times were different. But he says, unfortunately, the economy just isn't the same anymore.
It's disappointing.
In 3 years, these colorful Legos will no longer be seen in Enfield. The LEGO facility has been a staple for the town of Enfield since 1975.
A touch of it, knowing that it's not going to be in Enfield anymore, is going to be a very sad day.
Enfield Mayor Bob Crissati says he has been around long enough to watch the company help his town with partnerships with local businesses and public schools. Moving forward, there is hope that will continue. Over 700 workers are employed at the Enfield headquarters, all of which received the news on Tuesday.
It will have an impact on us in terms of the people that go to work at LEGO every day, them use, with dining out, using the businesses here in town.
In a statement issued through email, LEGO said it will be a slow transition. In 2025, the move to the new office will begin. In the meantime, the employees will continue to work at the Enfield and Boston offices. All employees will be given a year to decide if they want to relocate or not. If they do, a job will be waiting there for them. If not, LEGO will offer them job training assistance for new employment. Governor Ned Lamont says half of LEGO's workforce is already in Massachusetts.
I've had ongoing conversations back and forth, not particularly, though, to where their headquarters is going to be, just to make sure we're doing everything we can to make sure it's a good place for them to be.
LEGO citing Boston is the best city to attract and retain talent. Quinnipiac University business professor David Cadden agrees.
We have plenty of excellent institutes of higher education here in Connecticut, but they're not clustered together as you would find in Boston.
So we asked the mayor what happens next. Well, he says he's been in communication with the owners of this building with hopes to find a new partner that will be the right fit for the town of Enfield. Reporting in Enfield, Carmen Chow, Fox 61 News.
Tough news today, Carmen. Thank you. Well, another Enfield facility set to close its doors. The Willard Correctional Institution will close April 1st. Officials say the decision comes as the state sees a decrease in the prison population. The 260 individuals in the facility and 71 employees will be relocated to other facilities in the state. The closure is expected to save taxpayers nearly $6.5 million. Well, just 4 weeks into the new year, and the city of New Haven has already lost 5 people to gun violence. Tonight, members of the Greater New Haven Clergy Association are speaking out, calling on the city to do more. Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc joining us now with more on their message. Julia.
Hi, good evening to you, Jen. Members of the New Haven Clergy Association say that when it comes to New Haven right now and gun violence, they believe they are in a state of emergency. And when the city is making decisions on how to solve this problem, they want a seat at the table.
There is a fear among our community that who is going to be next.
5 people shot and killed in just 4 weeks in the city of New Haven. Reverend Dr. Boise Kimber and fellow members of his clergy say they need change now, especially for their children.
We need to find new ways to help them transpire and gain new ground on something that they don't believe that they have right now, which is a future.
Dr. Kimber has come up with a strategy to stop the violence. He'll present it on Thursday to the public, police, and city leaders. But first, he wants to hear from them.
I'm still appalled at the fact that you would put this plan out at the police department and tell the community this is our plan. Who have you talked to?
Dr. Kimber is talking about this plan the city put forth last week to stop the shootings. It includes police work, new technology, and investing in community programs, something Dr. Kimber says they never consulted with the community on.
We appreciate Dr. Kimber and his group's interest in the violence in the city. That's real important. That's important to me as a chief and community policing.
Chief Carl Jacobson says the clergy is aware of their strategies, which have existed for a long time, and he's ready to come to the table with them.
And I think it's real important in this time where we've had some more homicides that we do engage the community. So I don't think they're off base with the request to engage with the community, and we're going to do that on Thursday with them.
Now, once again, the church, or the clergy rather, will be presenting their plan to stop the violence right here at this church on Dixwell Ave. That's happening at Thursday at 6 p.m. and the public is welcome to come and contribute. We're live here in New Haven tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
Julia, thank you. New tonight, an untimely death investigation is now underway in Willimantic. Police responded to a home on Aspen Place last night just before 11 p.m. There, they found an adult man who was pronounced dead on scene. His identity has not been released as of tonight. Police believe that this was an isolated incident. The investigation is still underway. In New Haven, police identified the person hit and killed on Whaley Avenue last night. Police say 42-year-old Judith Williams was hit around 6 p.m. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. The driver did call 911 and told officers he didn't see the pedestrian, but did feel the impact. Police say that they're now working to locate surveillance video. They say the investigation is expected to take some time.
Hero pay will begin going out to Connecticut essential workers next month. Comptroller Sean Scanlon making the announcement this morning. More than 150,000 workers are expected to receive up to $1,000 in relief. That will begin processing February 1st, and paper checks will go out in 5 to 6 weeks.
All these people who we called heroes, we can never repay them for the work that they provided for us during COVID, but this is the least that we can do.
Connecticut workers who worked for the entirety of the pandemic and were not able to work from home were eligible to receive hero pay.